Hello, everybody. Welcome on back. I'm Orion. We're back with some more Tower of Babel and their new big update that they just put out, where they introduced a lot of new levels, a lot of new legendaries, and things like that. Today, we're gonna jump into, we're gonna jump back to probably my strongest build that I've done, where we're kind of gonna do a cold critical build where we get a lot of life steal and life regeneration, and we get extra damage to crowd controlled enemies. We recover mana on cold critical hits, and I'm basically going to be able to do my special attack a lot. That's generally kind of how this build works. We build cold, we build crit, I do my special, and then we do more spells. So that's the gist of this. This new update is incredibly hard. I tried to do floor 15 on hard difficulty. I couldn't even come close because those ice guys are, I complained about them enough in the last video. They are a pain. They are very difficult to deal with and can melt you down in a second, like, because the enemies hoard you, and if you get stuck in a bad situation, you're done. You're done. There's no recovering from it. I don't know if they're going to adjust them or not, or I don't know if we just need better gear at this point. The stuff is still new. We still kind of need to grind for more gear and things like that. Maybe we just need to get higher tier stuff to get higher life and higher evasion or things like that, more armor, more damage. I don't really know, but it's tough. Okay, we're gonna re-roll this. I'm actually gonna banish these. I know we generally should banish the passives, but I'm gonna do this just to make sure that I can get more the ice spells I want. Oh wow, dang, this is a super good one. I'm gonna bless attack power. Man, a 4 and a 5. I'm gonna do the special attack though, because special attack is definitely way more important in this build. Okay, I'm gonna take the resurrections because I am almost confident we're gonna need them. I'm literally gonna max this out until I can kind of beat this level. Okay, I'm gonna take that attack power. I haven't actually tried it on normal yet. I haven't tried this floor yet on normal, so maybe it's a little bit easier. But hard was very, very hard. I thought I could kind of come in there with what I think is probably the best build that I've done on this channel with our sort of critical. We're gonna do the frost arrow because I want to get all the frost spells. But this is definitely, the better build that I've probably done here. It's incredibly powerful. It's really good for damage and survivability. You get a lot of life steal. You get really good damage. You get really good crits. Okay, we'll do the basic attack. You can kind of, at certain points in the game, you can pretty much spam your special, and then you'll just be casting spells nonstop too. We can do projectile count. So the only ice spell we need right now is Blizzard. And then I'm still looking for, I'm gonna be looking for Swamp of the Dead and Blood Whirlwind as my last two non-frost spells. That's gonna be the preference there. Man, I should just I guess I could just kind of rotate around them, but okay, we'll do the frost arrow. That guy didn't really do a lot of damage. We'll do critical hit damage, because we are a pretty good crit build here. Because I have chance on crits for ice spells. So, crit is pretty important. And crit damage, obviously, will just make us stronger and stronger. Okay, I'm not going to use my reroll here. I'll just take evade. I can't remember if they put an update out since the last time I played this or not. Okay, we'll do special attack. So I don't think anything has been adjusted yet. But that's okay because I kind of want to see... I want to see if it needs to be adjusted first before I kind of give my... Before I give my full opinion on what I think of this new update. But initial impressions are rough. Okay, this is the reroll. So I have one... It's fine. I have... Oh, there's Swamp of the Dead. Awesome. I have my 4 frost spells, so I'm okay. Like if I don't get Blood Whirlwind, that's okay. Even though I do have an item for it. So I mean, I would obviously like to get it. I have we have this hat right here which gives us better lifesteal. But honestly, that's just a really good that's a really good helm with 30 intelligence, 15 all stats. Okay, I'm taking the resurrections. I already told you that, so don't be surprised that I keep picking it. As I'm saving myself for potential death. Okay, so we're gonna get stuck with one of these. At least we'll get daggers. We'll go with daggers. Daggers is fine. Okay, I'm gonna prefer Ice Orb, I think. I'm fine with these spells. I'm fine. As long as I get the 4 ice spells, that's really the biggest thing that matters. These guys are slightly annoying too, but not as annoying. These guys shoot out 1 little poison spike, which is kind of how the ice guys should be. They should just shoot out 1. Ooh. Okay, we'll do the ice spike that time. But yeah, you can't mess with these guys in close range. I don't think the on-death mechanic really works well in this game. Alright, let's do cast speed. So this is gonna be the boss level too. If we can somehow make it to... I don't think this is a full 25-minute run. I think I think once we get to 5 minutes, I think that's when the boss spawns. Ooh, that's a really good special attack upgrade. So far this is going okay, but we also haven't seen the ice guys yet. I'm hoping this will be a lot easier on normal. But this build has a lot of lifesteal too, so it's very much needed in this game now. Because you'll just be constantly taking damage. And there's really nothing you can do about it. You're just going to take damage. We've already gotten 3 legendaries to this run, whereas I think the last run we maybe only saw 1 the whole time. And the thing I want to obviously see the most is I want to see the new legendaries. I want to start collecting some of the new stuff and seeing if we can make any new builds from those. You know, that's kind of what I was most excited about with this update. Was seeing if there's any cool creative builds we can do and some new synergies with spells. It would be cool to see some legendaries that sort of cross over into other spells' territories. You know, a legendary that is for every ice spell you have, your fire spells get 10% more damage. So that could really benefit from a crossover build. You know, you could do a frost fire build, so you could have maybe 4 frost spells and then 2 fire spells, and your fire spells will get an additional 20% damage because, or 40% damage because of that. Stuff like that would be cool to really promote cross builds instead of just going all cold, all ice, all fire, you know? If they had things like that, that would be sweet. Okay, I think I heard a relic, or yeah, one of the gems. So again, these guys I can't really mess with. I'm just gonna try to stay as far away from them as I can. Come up here and get that gem. We'll do the XP gain. I'm not gonna do the gold gain for these runs. If I so deem it necessarily, I'll start. I'm not taking curse either. Most of the time I would take curse. For this run, there's absolutely no way. I like some of these new enemies, you know, I like these guys. These guys are fine. And I do like the porcupine guys. I think the porcupine guys are fine too. Because they only shoot out one little poison dagger when they die, which is manageable. You can deal with that. So those guys aren't too bad. And I do like the spiders, you know, you kill them and then they spawn more little spiders. I think that's a good idea too. I'm really glad we're getting this special spell built up a lot. That's a good one. Let's bless critical hit damage. We haven't seen critical chance, which was kind of what I was waiting for. Oh, of course, there's critical hit chance. I knew that's always how it works. As soon as you say it, it shows up. Let's go attack area. I think we'll just go blizzard. I have a few spells that would benefit from attack area, but I guess my special would too, huh? Yeah. I should have considered that. I kind of didn't take my special into consideration. I'm surprised we haven't seen the ice guys yet. Honestly, I'm surprised. After we clear this, we'll probably do another run, and let's try, if I'm able to clear this. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself yet because, again, I really don't know if they're going to show up or not, but let's try the hard difficulty. So what do you want to see most in this game? What sort of updates do you want to see? I know there's a lot of things that people have been asking for the devs, and I think the devs have done a pretty good job. I think the devs have done a pretty good job with this game. I think they've done a decent mix of listening to the community and updating the game relatively frequently. You know, a lot of people complained early about gold not being shared, meta not being shared, and I think they came up with really good solutions for that. And they did it relatively quickly, you know. It wasn't like 6 months, here's no updates, and then, oh, here's what you were asking for. We did it. You know, they've been on top of it. They've been doing a really good job with the updates and listening to the community and stuff. So what do you want to see? I mean, I already talked about it. The biggest thing I want to see is I want to see quests. I want to see objectives. I want to see breakable barrels while we're running around the map. That's obvious. That's the biggest thing I want to see. But, you know, what else is there? What else do you want to see? Like, what are the big things? Because I think quests and missions and objectives would really solve a lot of this game's issues of it being quote unquote boring. You know, just running around in a circle killing stuff. A lot of people don't really enjoy that. So I think that would solve the game's biggest issue right now. So that's my thing. But yeah, what do you want to see? Comment below and let me know. And then make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Smash that button. That's the one thing I've done that, man. I've done that on a few, like a very few videos, but yeah, I'm not like a fan of like, oh shit, here's the ice guys. I'm not a big fan of like saying like, hey, welcome to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. It's like, no, watch the video first, and then if you like it, then like and subscribe. So that's kind of why at the end of the video is when I always say, if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. You know, if you're sticking around to the end, I know it's not good for business, but whatever. I never wanted to be like the typical YouTuber. There's some things I have to do in order. There's some things I don't necessarily like to do, but you have to. Like, you have to use keywords in your thumbnails. That's a big thing, and I don't like doing that all the time, because sometimes it really hypes things up a little too much, you know, like, oh, this build's insane, oh, this is a SSS god tier build. I don't like having to do that, but you know, I can't be like, hey, this build worked pretty cool. This is a cool build, check it out. You know, no one's gonna watch those. So you at least got to get people in, and then hopefully they'll think like, oh, this guy is chill, I like this, I'll stick around. You know, that's the kind of vibe I'm going for. Like, let's get you in. Like, I got to do something to get you in, and then once you're in, you know, hopefully you'll be like, ah, yeah, this guy doesn't feel like a typical YouTuber. He's like me, you know. That's definitely the vibe I go for. These ice guys haven't been too bad. The damage hasn't been too hard to deal with. I did get dropped down a little bit there for a bit, but for the most part that was very manageable. Yeah, that's my YouTube story, and that's why I never do like and subscribe. I really don't like doing that. But you do need to, the channel does need to grow. The community needs to grow, and I get those are things that you gotta do. I just feel like I'm too old for that stuff. You know, I'm a middle-aged man here. I don't want to be telling people to smash that like button, make sure to subscribe. Like, I just want to be like, hey, if you like my content, subscribe. If you don't like it, cool. I'm sure you'll find someone else that you like. I like how this is going. I like how this run is going. I'm curious to try hard though. Cause again, I don't remember. I don't know. Wait, are these guys doing the same thing? Are these guys dying and then making smaller versions of themselves? God, we're gonna get a lot of enemies here, huh? Ooh, that's a big ice orb. Keep it on your calendars, but on April 1st, I'm gonna do, this is the spoiler, So I mean, we're still a long ways away, but if you watch this video and on April 1st, if you watch me and you comment this, you know, that'd be sick. that would be an amazing call out. But on April 1st, I was kind of thinking of doing, you know, like I'm gonna do a traditional YouTube, like, what's up everybody, O'Rye here, and we are gonna play this amazing game. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit that like, let's grow this channel to 20,000 followers. Thank you so much to the community. And I was gonna be like, just do my best like radio voice and just be as overly annoying as possible like the whole video and just not say anything. So if you're around for that, I spoiled it for you, but that's a very long ways away. So if you're watching this video and you watch my April 1st video, amazing. You are the true MVP. Okay, and you can see my health is kind of getting depleted here a little bit. There's so many projectiles. The problem with this is there's so many projectiles, you can't do anything about it. You can't dodge them. It's impossible to dodge these. You're not dodging all these, no way. It's literally impossible, and that's kind of what sucks. Like, you're just gonna get hit. I don't know if that's fun or not. That's why it kind of forces you to take lifesteal, some sort of life regen. I really hope at 5 minutes though is the boss, so let's see. These guys aren't really doing a lot of damage, which is nice though. So I don't know if that's a nerf or if that's just because I'm playing on normal difficulty. Oh, here's the boss, the Frozen Judicator. So first time seeing the new boss. And I have a bunch of for some reason I thought, oh shit, that's super annoying. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so he does a bunch of ice spikes on the ground. Oh my god. No, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. These are really tough to dodge. Okay, I have to get close to him and just kill him. I have a bunch of revives, so I'm gonna just face tank him. But I do, like, I want to see what moves he does, though. Yay, we killed him. Look at us. Good job. Okay, I didn't quite see exactly what he did in that fight. He does ice spikes on the ground. He shoots ice spikes at you. He does some laser stuff. But, you know, I didn't catch... Look at that. A bunch of legendaries. 5 legendaries that run. That was a lot of items. That felt way better compared to before. You return alive. Then this must mean even the Frozen Judicator has fallen. Yes. I once stood against this cold before and I did triumph. But everything beyond that is shrouded in haze. Your memories will return little by little. Now then, allow me to guide you to the next floor. Wait, one last thing. When you stand at the summit, do not forget the true reason you came. Okay, so that's the question I have is, you know, we're gonna come, well, actually, let's check out our legendaries first. Hopefully some of these are decent. Okay, so what level is this? 12. So these are 12. 15% chance to create a shockwave upon hit, dealing area damage and stunning enemies. That's pretty good. I don't know if that's new or not. I feel like that's not new. 15% chance to create a shockwave. Restores 1 health every... Man, we really need to work on getting these these weapons stronger. These weapons, it's so hard to get a strong weapon here. It's really tough. Recover 30 mana each time life is restored. Wow, that's a new one. So every time you restore 30% health, you gain 30 mana. This one would work incredibly well with this build. I don't know if I necessarily like this item. This item is definitely not as good as the one I have, but I like that legendary. But there's no way. Like, look at this item I have on the right. It's so good. It has a lot of life, a little bit of mana, has vitality, but then we got the 100% armor roll on it, and then I have the legendary that I like, and then I have the 2 gems on there for 30 intelligence and 15 all stats. The one I have is just way too good. This one's actually maybe competitive. I'll have to upgrade this and see what happens, but that's actually a nice, if the damage is respectable on this, that would be okay, because that has a frost arrow. Fires in the aimed, I guess, I don't know. Enemies hit by the beam are stunned. Is that new? I feel like I haven't really seen that one either. Okay, well, let's put these away. I'm not gonna equip any of these for now. Let's see, that's a no. Let's see, like, in terms of weapon power, no, these are all horrible. It would just be nice if the weapon power didn't have such a huge range of stats. Okay, so let's sell all those. We'll come over here. We'll do our little upgrades. I'm gonna keep leveling up these ones a little bit. Okay, so that's all the items. We did get a jewel. Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good jewel. But the jewels, I don't know. Like, I usually just equip the gems. Okay, what are we doing here? Let's see. Yeah, see, okay, so this floor is still blocked. I wasn't sure, because they kind of put in an extra floor here, but they did only say 13, 14, and 15 are available. Okay, well, let's try doing one more run. We'll try doing the same build, but we'll try it on hard difficulty this time and see if there's a difference here. There is going to be a difference, but let's see if I can beat the game. But that first run went pretty well on normal. So, you know, like, maybe we just need to grind. Now that I know this build can beat normal, I'm taking the reses again. I don't care. Luckily we didn't need them last time, but now that we're playing on hard difficulty, that may or may not change. But yeah, now that we know we can beat it on normal, okay, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna ban 2 of these. And then we'll do a reroll. Okay, ice spikes. Oh, sorry, we didn't look at damage. I was so enthralled with the legendaries, we didn't even go over the damage. I don't know why. I've been bad about that. There's been a couple videos in a row I just haven't. Just totally forgetting, spazzing out, not going over the damage. We'll do Pierce. This is a good build for Pierce. Let's go duration. So I think this is gonna be fine. I think we're gonna do fine until we start to see those the on death ice guys, and then that's when it's gonna get really questionable. But this is a decent start. I have crit chance blessed. I have magic. I have power blessed. We got 2 spells. We got 2 ice spells, including ice orb. Ice orb, I think, is one of the more important ones to get because it hits the most enemies and it can trigger crits the most. And triggering crits is really important with this build. Ooh, do I just take the level 4 daggers again? No. Oh man, that's really hard to pass up, but I want to try to get the spells I want. I want to try to get Blood Whirlwind, and I want to try to get Swamp of the Dead, and then on top of my ice spells. All right, this is a reroll. Fingers crossed. Okay, there's Ice Orb again, so at least we can get that. No more rerolls now, though, so that puts us in a little bit of a bind. If I see one more ice spell, I would at least like to see Blizzard. If I don't see Frost Arrow, I'm okay with that. That's a good crit chance. This guy is quick. Oh no, we're gonna get stuck with daggers anyways. No, we're gonna do Corpse Explosion here then. Let's go Corpse Explosion. That would have sucked to to get stuck with daggers, but 4 levels lower than what we could have gotten it at. That's another legendary. That's pretty good. I mean, we saw 5 legendaries last time, and this time we already saw one. All right, let's go reduce damage. Okay, there's some. Oh, dang, this guy put a curse on me. Okay, there's Frost Arrow. Yeah, I'm gonna take Frost Arrow. Just so I get that spell in the rotation. Or it locked down, I should say. Oh, man. Okay, that guy dropped a magnet up there, right? I think one of them dropped a magnet, so I'm gonna go loop back up over there. Or was I mistaken for the gem? Oh, yeah, there was a magnet. Okay. We'll do Pickup Radius, because I don't want to pick those other spells. Magic Hammer. We'll do Reduce Damage again. There's Blizzard. Nice. Okay. Ooh. Tough choice here. I'm going to go with the XP gain. Oh, we'll do the attack area. Okay, there's Swamp of the Dead. If I take Swamp of the Dead, that's it. Well, almost that's it. We're gonna do that because Swamp of the Dead's, again, is really important because we do extra damage to enemies that are CC'd. And Swamp of the Dead slows everybody. Ooh. Go with a crit hit chance. They did buff the blessings a while ago too, and it does seem to be working in our favor now. You know, I've noticed them definitely showing up more, which is good because they really should. I feel like if you bless a spell, you probably should be able to max it out by the end of the run. That's kind of how it feels like it should be. You know, if I bless a spell, I should get it to level 20 by the end of the run, if not at least pretty close. It should be the highest level spell if I so choose it to be. We'll do crit hit damage now. See, these guys are manageable. I keep wanting to take that reduced damage too. That one keeps showing up, so I'll kind of keep taking it. I'm not taking curse. How many spells do we have? Do we have our 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do have our 6 spells. Okay. So no blood whirlwind again. It's a bummer. It's a good evade. I'm getting pretty good defensive stats this run. Some damage reduction, some good evade. Seems that we're seeing a lot of high level, or not, you know, high, yeah, I guess high level picks where we're getting 3 or 4 levels each time. Okay, again, I told you we would probably be fine until we saw those ice guys, so that's going to be the real determination about where this game is at. Or at least where we're at. I do really wish we did get Blood Whirlwind, though. I would have really liked all that extra life steal. Luckily, Resurrection has shown up a lot, too. We'll have to, once we clear through this too, I'll have to start working on the new curse, or not the curse levels, the chaos dungeons. While not much different than the actual game, they do provide a little bit more difficulty settings and run variety. We'll have to give that a go and see how tough that is, and it might be a good way to grind gear too. Because we can get better magic find, we can up the curse levels to higher amounts. This guy seems to have a lot of HP. Alright, let's go the ice spikes, 4 levels. Okay, we got 10 minutes to go. We still haven't seen the ice guys yet, though, so again, we're fine. We're definitely fine for now. I think I'll do that projectile count. See, now we're shooting 4 ice orbs. Special is probably my highest damage. We've seen this build before, you know, I've done this build before, and I do think that my special is the highest damage dealing in the game when we look at damage. Even though it doesn't say, you can kind of do the math. And you can see, oh, I did 300 million damage, but only 60 million of it was with my spells. So it's either basic attack or special attack, and it's probably going to be special attack because I haven't put any points in the basic attack. I'm going to max out my special attack. Basic attack and special attack max out at 15. That's something I would like to see too. Once you max something out, I would like to see a bonus. Give me, you know, eventually, maybe in the future here, they could do spell evolutions. Because that would be sick. If this game could somehow give spell evolutions, that would be amazing. How crazy would that be? You know, your ice spikes now have a fire element to it. Your ice orb spins around you, but also shoots one extra ice orb out. You know? Or the ice orbs rotate, you know, like, I don't know, like, they go out and they come back. I don't know, there's a lot of different sort of modifications you can do to that. Or ice spikes now on kill, enemies shatter and shoot out additional ice spikes. It's just so much you could do. Yeah, spell evolutions would be sick. Or just let you pick a big bonus, you know, for, okay, congrats, you got your special attack to level 15. Here's a huge bonus for you. Would you rather have 25% attack power or 50% spell area for your special attack? Like, that would be sick. Because then it would really encourage you to just buff up a couple spells if you want it. I would love to see spell evolution someday. Okay, here we go. Here's the ice guys. If I'm able to clear this pretty easily, I'm gonna look to see if there was an... I don't know if there was an update or not. Because part of me wants to say they lowered spawn rates. Because this is going so much better than my run yesterday. After I did that first build, I kind of jumped into the game on hard difficulty and was just running through with this build too. It was this exact same build. And I got decimated. I mean, maybe I'll get decimated here. Maybe that's what's gonna happen. But we seem to be doing okay. They're still shooting out a shit ton of orbs, but they're really not doing that much damage. Oh, there we go. There we go. That. Oh, there we go. There. Now we're getting down there. I talked too soon. Let's do ice spike. I don't even know what I can do here. Okay, I did. Wow, I did make it out of that. I can't believe I made it out of that without dying. Okay, I think that's... Is that it? I can't remember how many big spawns we got of those guys. We have about 4.5 minutes left. This is hard, right? I don't... Can I tell if this is hard difficulty? Is there a way to tell? I just... I want to make sure that I'm playing on hard. I always like to do that. Is if I feel that if I feel I'm too strong, It's kind of like, did I pick hard? I'm pretty sure I picked hard. I do that in a lot of the games we play. It's like, I feel that I'm dominating a little bit too much here. Am I positive I picked hardcore difficulty? I kind of like this attack area. Those ice spikes are really big now, too. Look how big they are. I don't really know if that makes a difference, because it really still probably only hits one enemy, but it's still kind of cool. Now I should just be spamming my special now. I kind of relaxed off that, but I'm at a point now to where I can just kind of spam it, because every time I spam it I have a chance to cast another spell. This is definitely my best build I've made by far. It does everything so well. It has really good damage. You get to spam your special attack. You have really good survivability because you get a good amount of life steal. All right, let's take that magic fight. It's just, overall, it's a really strong build. You can kind of do this with a lot of the spells in the game, though, because they'll kind of have similar items, you know. 5% chance to heal on a dark spell. Critical chance for dark spells can restore mana. They all kind of have the same items. But cold works really well because you can get the extra damage to CC enemies. So that's why I like this one. But a build can work like this with almost all the spell sets. You just need to get the right items. But you can get lifesteal and then cast spells with all of them. Okay, that's a good attack power right before the boss. Okay, I think I can just kind of face tank the boss again. Maybe. I mean, I do have 2 revives left. That's why I like taking the revives too. Even if I don't need them during the level, you know, at least for the boss. Cool. So that was hard difficulty, right? That was hard difficulty, I think. And we did really good. We kind of dominated again. So 250 million damage total. So 25 for ice spikes. 13. This was pretty good damage all around. But, you know, like, this is, so you can see here, it's almost like is this almost the exact example I gave? We did 250 million total damage. This is less than 100 million, you know? So the majority of our damage definitely came from the special. Because, yeah, this is less than 100 damage, 100 million damage. So we did at least 150 million with our basic and our special. Because the special is the main carry for this game. But overall, that was pretty good damage, you know, 13 for a level 2 Blizzard too. 13 million, level 8 did 14, level 11. This one I actually don't care about the damage as much. This one I'm in it for because of the crits, because this hits so many enemies, it can trigger the crits a lot, which is why I really like this spell. Blizzard is really a really good damage dealer, but I mean, a level 2 compared to a level 15, we're probably not going to do much more damage, but Blizzard we just didn't really get the upgrades for. Did we only get... No, we got more. Why can't I scroll down? There we go. Okay, I can kind of scroll down. Okay, we did get only 3 legendaries that round, really. Even though we had more magic find. Okay, well, let's look at what we got. And of course, one of them we can't use. So 100% damage, Sanctuary no longer knocks back enemies. That might be new. That feels new. Cold skills have a 5% chance to restore life. 5% damage for every skill above. Okay, so these two are repeats. The Sanctuary one may or may not be new. But again, there's still a lot of legendaries that I just haven't seen. Even before the update, there's a lot that I just never saw. But that one seems new. All right, we'll do these again. Okay, and then that was hard, right? I'm just gonna look. Yeah, so that was on hard, and so next is Nightmare. We'll try Nightmare eventually, but that was a good run. That went really well. That was I don't know if there was an update or a nerf or anything, but either way, that felt good. We cleared it. We kind of dominated it to an extent, but I do think you're definitely going to need something to deal with those ice guys. Luckily, it didn't seem like they spawned a lot though. There was really only 1 or 2 waves where they spawned in that whole 20 minutes. So that was really nice. But that is going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you enjoy these videos, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.